Hello there. Today I'm going to give you a walkthrough of our scanning subscription. On this page, I will give you a full walkthrough of what each section does. So let's get started. Whenever you find a file from your document scanner, or if you're using our Simple Sifter method of uploading, the Simple Sifter is simply a hardware controller for the document scanner. So you don't have to file upload your images. You can just connect to the Pi controller, and as you scan the cards, they will appear in the interface. You can also give it some operators of market price greater than 50 cents, and you can tell it that I want to stop scanning cards whenever I hit cards that are greater than this value. In my case, I can't add this because I don't have a sifter connected, but we're going to show you how to add cards with the file upload method. So I'll do these first 6. We had identify. This is going to use our defaults. So in this case, we're doing Magic the Gathering. If I wanted to clarify then further what sets we're identifying, we can clarify it here. We can also pick what condition we want to default to. In my case, I did near mint. I always do LP, so let's go ahead and refresh the page. Refreshing the page will clear all of your scans. So if you don't want to lose all of your scans that you've done, do not refresh your page. When you add your cards again, it's going to default to LP. Let's identify again. All of the cards are now identified as LP. Our language is English. Our printing type is normal. If you're scanning all foil cards, you can change this to foil, and it will automatically pick the foil variant of the card you scanned. A comment is used for public-facing information. So say it's a card that has a crease in the top right corner, you could give it a comment there. Remarks are what we use for internal chaos inventory. In my case, this is aisle, this is rack, this is shelf, this is unit, this is row, and this is bin. If you're scanning cards for chaos inventory, always update this to the latest bin number. So in my case, let's say this was the last bin we just scanned. We change it to 5, and then we scan more cards, and then we export that. And that will give us a new chaos location that we can then put the cards in. Cost mode is a new addition. This adds the cost of the card, since our system allows you to do a cost per card. In my case, it will do 40% of near mint, or you can set a fixed price of a penny. When you do a fixed price of a penny, all of your cards in this scan will be priced out at their cost being 1 penny. Scanning card backs allows you to turn on the ability to add back card scans. It will not count against your scans remaining, only the front is calculated on your scans. Keybinds are what we use for going up and down in conditions, going to the next alternate, changing the printing. All of these are customizable by you. You can also just turn them off here if you like. When you get a card identified, if the card is foil, simply press Control. That will give you a nice foil effect on the card. However, if the card is identified incorrectly, I'm going to force this to be wrong. You can just compare the images from the left to the right, and you can see that this card is not this card. You can scroll up, type in 324 as the card number, click here, and it will identify the card as the right card. So if we press Enter, we're going to confirm that card is right. I'll go to the next card, press Enter. In this case, there's some whitening on the edge here. All we have to do, press down, it will go to moderate play. And if a card is completely incorrect and it is not the right set, not the right card name, you can change the set code here, search for the set. So let's do the list, and let's do card number 188 again. This will show you all of the card numbers that are 188 in the list, and click the right one, and it will change the card for you. After that's complete, you can then give yourself an export. So in my case, I'll pretense it with test, and we'll do the SortSwift export. That will do test_SortSwift. We have split high value on, so that makes it where it exports the cards that are under $1 on one sheet and over $1 on another sheet. If you want your high value threshold to be $5, you can simply change this number and it will export that splitting down the middle at $5. I don't do that, so I'll leave that off. Merge items will combine all of the like items in the list to one item. So if you have 2 of the same thing, it will give you a quantity of 2. In my case, I don't want to do that because I want to save the scan of the actual card. So when this is off, our system saves this image in our database. And when you export that file, you get a link to go view that card specifically. So in my case, if we scroll to the right, this is that scan of that card. So if I copy that link, I go up here and I go to that link. That is the scan that is now stored in the server. And anytime you upload this card to your inventory, it will add it with that image because our system allows you to do an image per card as well. If you want, you can print labels. So in most cases, I do labels and barcodes. You can pick whichever one you like the best. I like rounding to the nearest 10 cents. We hit download labels, and that will give us labels for all of the cards in our current export, as well as the prices that I would sell them for. The barcodes can be used in scanning in our point of sale. It will pull this exact card up with its correct condition and printing. That way you just scan the barcode as if it's a regular product and you don't have to do all of the single searching like you normally would in a normal point of sale. If you don't run off of market price points, you can click this toggle and only run off of low price points, and that will update your totals here. You have both here, but the totals here are calculated based on your toggle. We've now added this button to push to inventory. When you click this button, this pushes straight into your SortSwift inventory with your costs, your remarks, and everything as if you would have exported a CSV and then imported the CSV into inventory. Instead, it's done with one button. And that is how to use the scanning system. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, send me some messages on Discord, Facebook, or email.